Hey, hi, how are you doing? It happens about um, every right. It's been freezing. My bear instinct wants me to hibernate. I'm so sorry. I wanted to come on at 8, but I just fell asleep again at sunset and woke up with my friend at my door. So I said, "Hey, I want to see my people. Do you want to come on?" She's one of my friends who's a metaphysical type, and I've been meaning to interview her for a while. So I just like twisted her arm very hard and threatened her life. No, I didn't threaten her life. I never threatened your life, did I?
No,
No,
not
I
yet.
never did. Not yet. No, it may happen, but not yet. No, it's okay. So she's one of my friends. We're both sitting here in our silver hoodies, by the way. She wants to be off camera.
Well, wait, you gotta show
Show them.
them.
You want to zip your face up?
No, I don't want to do the whole thing. Wait, where are you?
It's over here, but I thought you wanted to be a anonymous.
Oh,
Anonymous.
okay. Well, it was funny though.
Here, we'll do it this way. We'll faces. Hi.
Yeah, we both got hoodies on. Mine's from NoChoice.com.
She's got hers from No Choice, which was like 200 and something, and this one is going to be a lot less than that. But
which is great.
So I'm going to offer these for a lot less than that. Anyway, hey y'all. So a lot's been going on, and like I did warn you about this, that I want to hibernate, that my body just wants to go, when it gets cold, it just gets to a certain level, and it's been really cold here and icy.
And a full moon.
And it's also a full moon when I just want to dream. I can dream about you. We do karaoke over here. Do you do karaoke? I don't know if I ever saw you at our karaoke stuff.
No, I've never done it with you.
No. Because I don't think you came with Doran and I to karaoke, did you?
I don't know, but you should show them the hoodies because it'd be classically funny. You could put me on for a second.
Okay.
You could just
get over here.
I'm here.
Okay, that's as close as you can get. Okay. Hang on. There you are. Let's see. There she is in her hoodie. Okay, well, you're not very anonymous now anymore, Miss Anonymous.
I feel like.
Am I going to call you Anonymous?
Get the whole zip up. It zips all the way over your face.
I was thinking of making something like that that you can zip your face shut.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea. I was trying to figure out the best. I'm trying to make these garments as serviceable as possible because, honestly, we need armor. This EMF stuff is crazy. It's really obvious to me that I feel better now. It was real obvious. Like, for instance, I was sleeping with this on. And when I got up, this shoulder that's always hurting is feeling fine, is feeling a lot better. But my leg that's not covered by this is still aching like crazy. So this has a lot to do. I think the EMFs have a lot to do with my aches and pains because I'm not aching anywhere right now that's been covered with the silver material. I think we're getting baked, and that's part of our problems, folks. What?
Yeah, and also when I was driving, I got to a rest area off of Route 76, and I felt beaming at the back of my head, and I had to pull it out of the bag and put it over my head while I was driving for quite a while, for at least 10 minutes.
Wow.
So that's not good.
Right. I wore this. I did get to the store today and I wore this in the store and I felt a lot better. I could get through the store a lot better than I did. You need to think about this because now that they're rolling out 5G and somehow that pesky virus keeps making the EMF meters jump up. Like Max said, somehow there's a correlation. We're not going to say what the obvious conclusion is. Hey, what's up, Leo? Okay, so who do we have here? Okay, so please, I love you. I'm going to be on more, but I'm going to try and have to do. I'm going to have to do it around feeling just like I'm going to fall over, because it's just like I go into some kind of la la land. There may be another reason for it too, because I'm doing a lot of detoxing and stuff too, and that'll put you out too, and sometimes knock you out. Hey, Drake. Okay, so we got Micah, we got Drake, we got Pam, we got Linda, we got, who else have we got? Anybody else right now? No, that's all we got right now. Okay, well, that's okay. You guys are cool. I want to keep telling you, I can have 10 of you in here, and you don't have to show your face if you don't want to.
Yeah, you can't even see me right now because I went invisible.
And she's invisible, folks. She's got a cloak of elvenkind. Anyway, no, she really doesn't. No, this is a cloak of elvenkind, I think. Chicken!
Someone call me a chicken.
I hope everyone is doing good. I don't know whether he means he's chicken or you're chicken. Hi. So anyway, my friend Heather is a licensed massage therapist, and me being kind of silly when I first met her, it said LMT, and I said, "Why does it say you're limited?"
I'm unlimited.
I said, and she said, "Licensed massotherapist of mine." Oh, gee, can I be dumb sometimes? Or I can be kind of just like very innocent, some what do they call it? Naive of some things, right? Especially when it comes to, I'm not really good at abbreviations, folks. You throw me alphabets, I'm sitting there going, what?
It's okay. A judge in court did the same thing. And I told him I was unlimited.
Yes. He did. He called you chicken.
Aw.
Look in there and see if you can find that striped hat next to you. I'm going to put Pam Iam's hat.
There's another massage therapist on.
Yeah. Leo Medic. Ooh.
It's on a Leo moon. Woo.
There's the hat. It's red and white stripes. There. I'm going to put my Pam Iam hat on. For Pam.
That looks like Dr. Seuss.
Right. Pam Iam, who doesn't eat green eggs, or who does not eat green eggs and ham. There.
Oh, that's sweet.
Okay, so here's the Pam Iam hat. So anyway, I also found a hat, and I find these things at the weirdest places. I also found a Hamburglar hat that I forgot to put you on, that I forgot to put on or bring with me to put on. It's kind of weird. It's like you pull it down over your eyes. Anyway.
She just asked, can I answer his question?
Where did she go to school? Yeah, go ahead. You can ask her stuff.
Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, I went to school in Ohio here, so I'm licensed in Ohio. I went to the Oak School. Are you from Ohio, Leo?
I don't think so. Remember, we're in Ohio where all the weird stuff happens. We have hot and cold running weird all the time. I mean, you know, so let me tell you, it's she's kind of been through it too. We all have up here. All of the workers up here have really been through some stuff. Pappy Two Bears, hey. Hi. You know what? I decided just damn the torpedoes, full speed ahead. I'm coming in anyway for a while because now that I've got her trapped here, I have her trapped here. She came over of her own volition. I'm finally going to interview this woman. She's been escaping it for a long time, but now it's finally going to happen. I'm sorry, girlfriend, but
I think you're right.
yeah, I did. I got into your closet. I actually managed to materialize inside your closet, swipe your hat, and get it over here. And now, neener. You see if you can do the same. No, I went. Okay, I'll show
Arizona.
that. You're in Arizona. Hey. So, because of the Army, yeah. So that's really cool. So you're in. That's right. You and Micah are in Arizona. Micah is one of our stalwart warriors. Is stalwart a good word, Micah? I don't know. Anyway.
Hey, Leo, I have a massage table sitting in Chandler, my friend's house, waiting for me to show back up and do some work out there.
Ooh. Could that be a come on?
The hat looks like my neighbor's
Are you
toenails.
married?
The hat looks like my neighbor's toenails. What?
Oh, that's Drake. Your neighbor's toenails look like this? They curl like this? Or they're just red and white like this? My neighbor's toenails. Well, that's the first time I ever... That's the first time I ever got that comment. Okay, let me see if I can... This isn't really set up good for having two people on camera.
You can tilt it, it's okay.
Let me see if I can get you a little bit more into this shot. There.
If I lay on you. Wait, let me put my hoodie up. We got a match.
We got a match. We got to be the Hood sisters. We're in the hood. Okay.
All right.
We're sisters in the hood.
Okay.
Okay, we only got 10 people in here. We usually have 12 or so.
Okay.
Oh, you're married to Mud Fossil Gaia. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I've been watching her stuff.
Oh,
she does some good videos.
Nice.
Oh gosh, you're only 2 hours from Micah. Marie came in. Is that what I'm hearing?
The two hoodwinks.
Two hoodwinks. Hey Max, what's up? Hey John. Mary Bond. They keep over at SOAR, they keep quoting Mary Moon. Mary Bond. She's unpredictable. Okay, so let me see. This is my friend, like I said, Heather, and we'll not say your last name just so that they can't look you up in the police register or something.
Yeah, really.
I'm kidding. So Max, oh gosh, John, I got to show you my hoodie. We're both sisters in the hood now, but this is the hoodie, and I'm going to like you see, it comes about like a t-shirt, but I'm going to make longer versions of this too. But the sleeve's about t-shirt, but you can pull your arms under here and stay warm. It's a very versatile garment, and it's not going to be no $200. So we're talking about that too. So anyway, Heather,
Do you guys want to see this one? This one's from No Choice. It looks just like the one from No Choice. And it zips over your whole face.
you can actually zip your face up.
I
I was thinking of adding a feature like that where you can close the hood, because I made the hood big enough that you can pull it all the way down over your head when you're sleeping if you don't want it to get into your face and your eyes, if you want to protect your face and eyes.
Yeah.
So you can actually do this.
I think this is a Galactic Federation of Light symbol of universal law of movement and balance. If you guys want to quote me on that, that's
she knows a lot of
11 star
technical
knowledge.
stuff that I don't have time to study, really.
It's 11 star knowledge. That's actually, you can spin that in a vortex. That's Ascended Masters, Star Being, and Native American Guide times 2, which actually would be 6. There'd be 6 of them. If you got all 3 and 3, they're all in yin and yang. So, my family lost the plot. I think we lost the plot.
Does that mean like like marbles lost, or what does that mean? Okay, so anyway, this is what they're going to look like to start with, and I'm even going to maybe keep designing and see if I can. I'm trying to make the most serviceable thing I can think of to make. This seems to be the most serviceable type of garment, because you can, put it over anything, and it kind of even drape it over your dog or cat or whatever. And I'm also thinking of putting in a pocket for your stone collection, and a pocket for your, I'm thinking maybe a pocket that'll fit your little piece of selenite, and a pocket for your phone that will have this protective on the inside, and then a kind of material that'll let your phone actually call on the outside.
They want camo, so
camo. You want
they
camo?
come in woodland camo. Here's some camo.
It doesn't come in camo looking material. I'm here to learn about the Force. The link, please, Mama D, to, oh, okay, sure, hang on. To share the screen? To share the screen? Oh, wait, that's wrong. Hang on. I did the wrong thing. Hang on. Copy to clipboard. Oh, the last part of this link is GASM. Yeah, that's interesting, because we're always having gasms of some kind or other. Anyway, there you go.
Yes, thank you, Mary.
I am happy at the moment too. I'm actually doing good.
Because I'm here.
Yeah, she didn't. It's all better now. No, we're so
Isolated.
Isolated that, it's like crazy. It's knuckin' futs sometimes how they want us to be. And now, did you hear the latest? They want us to wear 2 masks or 3, because that's better. And I'm like, why don't you just like smother us all and get it over with? Just because you're not going to be able to breathe in 3 masks. And no, we're not 6 feet apart. I'm sorry about your luck, okay? This is just a simulation anyway, right? We're not 6 feet apart wearing masks. I'm sorry. Get over it. Anyway, like a mime or Inca pattern. Oh, cool.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Yeah.
Or like you could really get something like armor like Narnia for the animals.
Woodland camo. You know what? The closest it comes in is this. This is the most masculine color right now, Pappy, is this silver gray. And there's like a minty green. That's the closest I can think of that it will not be in though until the end of February. So anyway, who's mind who? We got anybody new? Well, anyway, bend over to get tested now. They want to swab your butt. I'm like, are you guys crazy? You know what? Now I really have to be serious about this since my friend is here too. And I guess I was going to talk about this with her too. I've got some pieces for you folks. And I might have to do, because China is getting all head up right now to try and they're going to try and make a run at taking over the financially. Since I don't think all this plan is going to work. Okay. I don't think the plans that are trying to go down are going to work, but I mean, you know, if it becomes like China, we're really up a creek. Okay. Because you get social credit then, and then we're all going to be in trouble because we're all more or less dissidents. And then if they sign this new thing in, we dissidents are going to be like outlaws.
Outlaws.
Yeah. Okay, here's Micah. Mr. Micah. Hello, Micah.
Hello.
Hi. So wait a minute. Let me get a kind of a nicer configuration here so we can kind of see more. There you go. Right, Heather. Okay, and me and Micah. Okay, great. Electromagnetic bubble. Great idea.
Ooh.
Oh, hi, Titan. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot that it's Friday and Spaces is going to be on, isn't it? Okay, thanks for the like, Titan. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. It is Friday. Okay.
I think Pam's trying to come in too.
Huh?
Is Pam still backstage?
No, I don't see. Oh, there she is. Hey, Pam.
Hey guys,
You finally
Hey,
made it
Pam.
in.
I did.
Everybody come in. Come on. We don't have to be too late.
You
I
know-
want to just have a few things I wanted to tell you.
Quick comment on the
Right.
electromagnetic bubble. Sanat Kumara, Sunday Master, was saying on Amanda Ellis's show that you can actually call in rainbow cobalt titanium over. You asked for gold, Christ white light. I asked for Holy Spirit, and then gold, then silver for your armor, and then the blue mirror ball of Archangel Michael, Lord Shiva, thunder beings, horizontally and vertically, and then you can use the pink mirror bubble of compassion, so everything softens when you get around other people. It's not so harsh, and then the cobalt titanium, rainbow cobalt over the whole thing.
See, that's what I mean.
You know, just in case that
She's one of
wasn't
those.
enough, just in case that's not enough, I'm sure we could come up with more. Probably like the shields.
We can
of
come up
Solomon
with
in
more.
every direction, and then like the shields of the swords of Archangel Michael, and above it.
She
in every
studies this stuff. I mean, it's like
You know.
she goes really all out with
Well,
it.
let's just go into God's space and
Yeah.
forget about
Yeah,
it.
let's
Forget
just,
about it.
Yeah, forget about it. Forget about it. Yeah, yeah. And, so what do you want to say, Micah?
I got nothing.
Oh, okay. You just want to be here. Thank you.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Just-
I know I wanted to tell Heather that she was looking at Mari Bond's comment about the plot, or her family would think she's, I forget how she worded it, but we were
She
talking
was-
about her name. We were talking about her screen name.
Oh, okay.
Because every time I see her screen name, I think of Cinnabon.
Yeah.
And she said that was the idea. We all love Cinnabon, right?
I used to work there.
Well, okay.
Oh my gosh. Try to.
Okay,
not
I
eat
hope
that
you
stuff.
took all that down.
So-
You can just replay
So
the
she thought
video.
her family might think she was nuts, then she changed her name to that.
That's what I figure.
Now I'm getting hungry.
Be traveling in the layers of an energetic onion. That's what I mean. Or one of those dolls, one of those Russian dolls, another one and another one and another one and another one and another one.
Oh, the Russian nesting dolls.
Yeah, the Russian nesting dolls. Yeah, we could always do it that way. We could just, but and she's already picking up everything in my house that I own.
I just love to see what it is. I thought it was a
I
shaker.
know, I'm kidding.
It's a rock. It's
I'm
shaped like
kidding.
an egg, but I thought
This
it was
is
one of the
a piece of that's okay. You're just an inquisitive kid. Mahogany obsidian is what this is. And this is my piece of one of my hunks of selenite, which I'm thinking of putting a little pocket in here for your selenite. Then you're also going to have it'll be cleansed and charged silver, and then a little pocket for your phone so that it can, and then the outside pocket will be normal material so your phone can still get a signal, but the signal won't hurt you. See?
And
That's how it
if
works.
silver's not your color, pink might work better.
Yeah, we have pink.
Ooh, I might look sexy in pink.
You might be a sexy bish in pink. Yeah.
I might be a sexy bitch.
Yeah, you might be a sexy bish. Anyway, Pam needs a hat.
My hat.
That would
You
be
took it
fun
off.
if I could make a hat like that. If they'd only make it in red and white, and then I could make a Pam hat. And,
Oh, there you go.
You just
Yeah.
have to line it. Just line them.
yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
You could just line it. I am going to make hat liners probably out of this stuff because silver is. I just think silver is superior. I mean, in a lot of ways, because you can charge silver. Silver has a meaning of its own. And this isn't just impregnated with silver. This has silver threads wound right in with the nylon. So it's not going to go away. Although the effectiveness diminishes it if you wash it too much, I guess, because silver does tarnish, but or something. I'm not quite sure what the deal is there, but it's not going to go away. Oh.
Does the fabric have any special care instructions?
Yes, it does. The thing about all silver and metal fabrics is about the same. The more you wash them, the less effective they can become. However, because of this one's constructed, it's going to be much tougher. It's recommended hand wash or wash on like a lingerie setting in cool water.
Hey, we could get lingerie line going too.
I was thinking this would be awesome lingerie material. It would. You could make a slip out of this. It would be a very comfortable slip. It's very nice and silky.
I think they have boxer shorts for men that are worried about their swimmers.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say. Some pink boxers might be nice.
Pink boxers.
Oh yes, that's what I need right there. That'll get me all the ladies. All the ladies.
Yeah, that would
Keeping
get
it on
you
a high
all the
note.
chicks. Yeah. So I'm not ready to go into making boxers, but I am thinking. Now that I have, it's really true. I was sleeping in this. I fell asleep in this. Boy, I feel better though, guys. My aches and pains are way lower for a lot of reasons, but this too. There's some kind of clicking and stuff. Oh, it went. Now it's just scratching.
No, now it's back.
Now it's back.
Sounds like an old rotary phone.
Gee, do you think it's alphabet agencies or just some?
No, it's your two. I think it's your two guys' energies combined.
Yeah.
That
I
would
don't-
explain a lot.
Yeah, I don't hear it. But
Okay.
I only have one earbud because my cat chewed the other earbud again. So now it doesn't work. She's on, I think this is the third set of earbuds I've thrown away because she's chewed them.
Well, they're just too pretty, you know.
No.
They're just too tempting. So, Max Vision's coming in.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Max.
Hey, John.
Hey, Max.
Actually, I'm working on this. Like I said, I'm working on making this as functional as possible. A garment, really functional. So, and I'm going to work on getting the snaps that you can attach so that you can attach yourself to the wall and plug yourself in and ground yourself, earth yourself.
Yeah, they sent a cord with this
So-
No Choice, but I don't know where it goes, where you're supposed to
Plug it in.
plug it
So
into.
people are starting to get this idea.
Probably
you
the
know,
ground in your outlet or on the ground on the floor,
Right.
probably.
ground, yeah.
But
So-
where do you put it in the jacket?
Yeah,
There's
but she
no-
hasn't found the
The
part
center hole,
that you
Huh?
put it.
the really big center hole in the middle. That's the ground. Yeah.
I'm not going to even go there, okay, Micah?
I'm feeling
Dirty
all
birdie.
around the elastic. I don't feel anything in the whole jacket.
She's feeling all around and she can't find that one. Or
Well,
okay, where's Nessie? If Nessie were here, you know what would be happening right
oh, everybody would be naked and drunk.
now. Okay, right.
And we'd
So,
all be having to take our pants off.
right.
Yeah, that's it.
No pants.
No pants is cha. So, cha-cha. But, yeah, so anyway, y'all. Hey, there's Ben.
Hey, Ben.
Hey, Ben. So basically, what I wanted to talk to you about too, and I wanted to talk about this a little bit, and then we'll go more into Miss Heather.
Okay.
Miss Hather.
Okay.
Whoops. If you're Hather, then you would be the cow goddess.
Yeah. And not shy about anything, huh?
Oh.
Heather was not very shy.
Mm.
They had the ears.
had the cow ears. We'll have to make
You guys
you-
ever seen the
I
Heathers?
know. We'll
They're
have
pretty
to
cool.
make a pair of cow ears for you
Oh, I'd love that.
instead of little. Yeah, I could probably do that.
Oh, that would be
Instead of cat ears or something or bunny ears, we'll make her a pair of cow ears, and she can be Hather.
I won't ever be able to eat steak again, but yeah, sure.
You.
That'll be the end of it.
Yeah. Oh dear.
Well,
Well, yeah,
Probably
because then
shouldn't
it'd be
anyway.
cannibalism. I don't know. I'm still going to eat steak. I'm sorry, dear.
I probably should anyway. You know,
Why? I don't know.
plant-based and all that.
Hey, whatever. Oh, plant-based up there was. I'm sorry. I just don't believe it. It's just too hard to get your B12. You cannot get your B12 properly without animal stuff. I'm sorry. Anybody trying to be a vegan, raw
You got a
vegan, very,
message.
very difficult.
About
Oh.
your energy.
Let's see. I see your energy is being projected from the opening of the hood. It is being collected and directed there. You can focus that energy with intent. It is powerful. Need to explore it further. Third eye. Interesting.
I was just researching about cobalt. That actually has some effect on B12. It's
Really?
part of it, yeah. I'll have to do further research into it, but interesting
Max
thing.
is our alchemist.
Ah,
I wanted to show you guys. I know you'll sleep much better wearing that, Dee. That is. A
Oh,
definite
yes, I did.
guarantee. If you ground it, you'll get even better sleep.
Right.
But I've been working on something for a while. I have to get enough materials though. I'll show you guys. Have you guys you've heard of William Rife, right?
I absolutely have.
yeah.
Okay.
I was one of the proponents of getting his work back on in the
William
public
Rife
view.
made a machine, a box. If you can see this.
Yeah.
Okay. This box is metal with natural fibers between it. I don't know what natural fibers they were using. Okay. But it's layered natural fibers and metal layered inside each other. There's also down here you can see there's a box that's attached to it. I believe that applies frequencies to it. Okay.
Right.
But the healing properties of the layered metal and natural materials we can simulate and get the benefits of that.
Cool.
Like a Faraday cage.
Yes, but this is like it more, I think it has like a Faraday cage and like an orgone generator effect.
Ooh. Cool.
Oh, wow.
I'm not exactly
Yeah.
sure what it does, but he had 30 cancer patients come in, and within a month he cured 90% of them. And then it took another 2 months to cure them all. He was so happy about his results that he destroyed
Yeah,
his laboratory and threw away all of his research.
Where can we find this?
Hmm?
For a link?
No,
A link or anything?
no,
Oh, we'd have to make it probably.
no. This is not really available information. The information is being scrubbed. That's why I have hard copies of everything.
Yeah.
You guys got to get a printer and start printing stuff off because it's going to be scrubbed eventually.
That's the problem. Yeah, we are. We are in a state of emergency
Yeah,
here.
I think so, sir. Yeah, I think it was wool. I've got a blanket cotton between two sheets of metal blanket, and I found it had a benefit. But I think wool would be better.
Well, yeah, we can certainly get wool. I mean, we know people who raise sheep,
Yeah,
so it's not
woolen
like
blankets are easy to get.
woolen blankets are easy to get. Yeah, so we can definitely get wool.
So we get wool. Should we write this down? We should probably write this down. You have a pen?
Well, it's going to be in my stream, so
Yeah, I won't forget. Don't worry.
he's not going to forget. But yeah, you can write it down.
I might forget. I have to write this. Can I have this?
Wait a minute. Let me get you actually, I probably should write these things down. Because Max comes in here and he's got all this information. We should, hang on, I have tons of pads of paper to write on. And do you think I can find even,
That's right, Linda. I think you could try with like cotton or I don't know what other type of fabric.
What was wrong with, just
You could
put it
try
on.
hemp. I don't know. Maybe hemp would work. I don't know. I don't know if it's like the spacing because it might. There is something to do with the spacing of the fabric as well, like that it's layered and separate. But the actual fabric itself, I think the wool actually attracts energy, electrostatic energy, and I'm not sure if other fabrics would have that property quite as much.
Okay, that's actually answering a question that my friend had because she was wanting to do like a prayer shawl and she wanted to use either wool or cotton, pure cotton, and she was bringing the fabrics up.
Problem is, people are often allergic to wool. That's
Yes,
true.
yeah. But you could contain it inside the metal fabric, and that way it wouldn't affect you, I would hope. I don't know for sure, but
Now, here's the interesting thing is I could probably, I am thinking of doing some things where I line the silver fabric. I could either have that on the outside and have the silver on the inside, and have wool on the outside. That would be easy to do.
yeah.
Like some kind of wool fabric. I worked with wool fabric. I made those Trek uniforms out of wool.
Yeah, I don't know if just one layer of wool would do it. It's about three. He had about 3 layers of each. So it was a layer of wool, where like a layer of metal. Actually, there would have been 4 layers of metal and 3 layers of wool or natural fiber. We don't know exactly what it was. Circle K came up with a good one, which is wool.
You know what? Here's a thought.
Hmm. That's what I think, Pappy. I think
Hair is wool. Hair is wool, basically.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting. Okay, now the thing that I remember about Orgone, because I was going to start making it. I may still do that, but if you do it with the making it with the
Crystals or
when you make it with resin or like a resin thing,
yeah.
the resin itself can be a problem because trying to whoops.
Where did everybody go?
I don't know. But Heather's still here and you're still here. I think Pam just went off. Maybe she didn't have anything to say or maybe it dropped.
Oh.
But okay, thing I remember about making Orgone is the guy, one of the guys that really is in the making Orgone. What is his name? Or the guy that talks about Orgone. When I heard about him, another German name. It's another German name. I can't think of it. But he was saying the magic it comes in. The whole trick is it's the juxtaposition of the organic and inorganic, and the finer the particles of the metal, the better off you are when you're making Orgone. So, for instance, metal dust would be one of the best things you could use for that. But it has nothing to do. He never used crystals. He said he never used crystals. He never used all that. He just used organic and inorganic. So somehow it has something to do with organic, inorganic.
Mm-hmm.
And that was from the guy who developed this Orgone stuff.
Yeah, I've heard that before. Now that you say it, I recall.
Max, can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Okay, what else do you know about this picture that you showed us? Have you any experience with trying to make it?
I know very little about the picture I showed you. Very few people know anything about it. Because all of his research was destroyed and his laboratory was taken away and he was put in jail. Now,
back in the 40s.
All we know about that machine is what I've told you so far, that one machine puts electrical impulses into the box and that the box is made of layered metal and natural fiber. So it's not a lot to go on. Now, he did work with a woman, and I have to get back to a friend of mine. He knows her name. She took his research and she made a generator that he has purchased. He's been using it for about a month now, and I'd like to see. They're very expensive, but, I'm interested in that too. Some way of maybe getting that generator hooked up to the box or something like the box, even a bunch of sheets that you could hook it up to.
Interesting. Sheets, yeah. Interesting. And it even makes me think even more about it be a valid way of confirming shamanism, because if you think about the hair and everything that shamans use when they wear all those coats of all these different furs and things.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Building up energy. That's good.
Not only that, but all of these ancient clothes, like I said, I studied clothing was one of the things I studied. Anciently, the upper class wore metal in with things like silk, which is another kind of natural material. So
Yeah.
they would have silk woven with metal. Voila, there you go. It's the same thing. And I kept feeling like there's a reason more than just decoration. That's got to be part of it. Part of it is, yes, it would block EMFs. Why were they blocking EMFs? We're told that they were primitive, but as we know, they were not primitive. No, they were not primitive. And we've already had, it looks like we've already had more than one war on this world war.
And we know that in the past the elites didn't have near the amount of disease, and they lived the same lifestyle. They were just as decrepit. They crapped where they ate. They were terrible people. So
Well, that's what they say anyway.
yeah, that's what they
But
said.
I doubt that that's really what happened. I
I
think
know.
they were as
But-
I think they had as high a society, or maybe higher than we've got right now, because a lot of these places they've even found sewer systems and everything. So Pompeii actually had a sewer
Yeah.
system.
Well, there was the fall of the Dark Ages, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty well
Now
documented.
the Dark Ages are probably, what do you want to bet the Dark Ages are what happened after post-apocalypse,
Oh yeah, for sure.
and
Yeah.
that's why they're dark.
There was probably like a mud flood or something.
There was probably, or some kind of event, or whatever the event. Well, we remote viewed something that probably got us in trouble. We remote viewed when we went back to look at a dragon at where Roger said there was a dragon,
Yeah.
and that was a mountain range. Well, we went back to see what was there, and we saw a world war.
A what? Sorry.
A world war.
Oh, okay.
A world war happened there. I mean, we saw a world war, and yeah, and the pyramids. There were all these floating discs in the air,
Uh-huh.
like we hear from the Indian people, Hindu people, and their legends,
Yep.
and people with orange eyes. And when we did all this, now it's all very informative, gave us a lot of information, but then I think my problem is that I have a tendency, instead of just viewing, I have a tendency, some of us just naturally start to astral project. And I think that maybe that's what happened, because I ended up with a tag on me from one of these events, and I'm not sure which one, but Pappy found it, so he had to get the tag off. He had to get the tag off of me. But Heather's another person like me who does extractions and stuff. She works a little differently. What did you want to come up with, hon? Did you want to say something?
Oh, I just want to say goodnight to Mr. Miser? Miser?
Miser
Is that
or
Micah?
something?
Mr.
I guess
Miser.
he is.
Good night.
Good night,
His name is Micah, actually.
Good night, Micah.
You're calling it a night? Okay, Micah.
That's why I
Nice.
brought up the silver woven materials.
Thanks
with
for
this.
having come in.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, dream well. By the way, you will dream better if you have one of these on when you're sleeping. And now that I fell asleep and I had my thing that I'm working on a piece, and I had it over my leg. My leg is better too. So this is definitely affecting the aches and pains in my body.
Yeah, and I got confirmation that
absolutely.
it was helping you. I got
Yeah.
like my whole body just
Yeah.
chilled. Got those God bumps or whatever.
Yeah, if you are having trouble with this stuff, that is probably part of your problem, is the EMF. And because, yeah, and that's probably been doing me in for quite a while, because when I lived closer to town, I was much worse off. And there are like several towers, like
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
in the short.
Except for toxicity, I think EMFs are like the next major cause of disease.
Yeah. But Max, you know what I wanted to say, and I'm glad you're on tonight, because I'm going to be talking about this too. I think you are right, and you're right and wrong. Everybody is.
Sure.
About what is going on with this. It is not a vi. It is a worm.
What?
And maybe somehow this creature is affected. It makes the, I mean, there could be, and it is maybe even an artificial form, because the person who remote viewed it and tried to talk to it. I mean, people do this, I mean, you can do this. There are people who will go in and talk to viruses, or to try and find out what the purpose is. and find out generally that they do have some awareness and that they do know have a purpose.
Yeah,
But-
it's like a virus, but there is something like a virus out there that is in control. It is. I've
Can-
seen it, and I watched a video of another person who has seen it. She was abducted though, and saw it.
okay.
Uh,
'Cause-
it was like a jelly almost.
Okay. Because what one person saw when he looked at it and he asked it its purpose, he saw a worm, but it didn't look natural. It looked like it had armor on it or something. It looked segmented like
Yeah.
something that wasn't really a natural product, a natural being. And when he asked it its purpose, it didn't know. It didn't have any actual
Oh.
awareness of its own.
Okay.
So it isn't a life form in and of itself. It is probably controlled by something else.
Okay.
And this is one of the things I wanted to bring to you guys in here. And remember, this is just a game. This is
Talking
just a
about
massively,
that, yeah.
massively multiplayer game that
totally
we're
different
playing
business.
called Life on Planet Earth, right?
This is a totally different thing than I was talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so well, that might be the goo that some people were talking about too. In that,
Yeah. When you mentioned it, I thought microscopic.
okay, well, here's the thing. Everything so far, one more thing that works on it. Another doctor, yet another doctor, found something that works on it. And what do you think it is? It's a horse wormer. Once again, every single thing that
Perfect.
works is a parasite
Yep.
cleanse.
A
Is-
little while ago, I did a dog dewormer. I did a course of a dog dewormer a while. Ivermectin and
Ivermectin.
yeah.
That's what it is.
You put yourself on it, Max?
Yep. Yep, I did a course of it.
Where did you go? Like to the feed store and
Pet
get
store. Pet store.
You don't need to do that though. You can just get Artemisia. It'll work too. I have
it?
Artemisia.
Oh yeah. You use
So,
ivermectin. And what else?
Ivermectin will work too. Artemisia will work. That hydroquinone, whatever stuff it is, yeah, that works. Well, doctor from Ghana insists that they cured everybody in Ghana with the one that the red guy used to tout. You know, Orange Man.
I
And
don't
he
know.
said, oh, she hasn't been keeping up on Rona. She was too busy running from the law.
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Oh,
She was too busy running from
seems like it.
who knows who. She was all over the place. She was gone. She was gone and left me.
I was
You're
gone
all
for 6
alone.
months. I left for 6 months. Did a little tour, tour to the south, tour to south,
she
tour
ran-
to Atlanta.
You were running like a deer.
Well, then the only place, yeah.
She was really under attack at her place.
Yeah.
And don't feel bad if you are. If you're a light worker, you probably are going to be.
Well, yeah. The thing is that light workers are extra sensitive.
Right.
So,
So you're going to notice when stuff is going on.
so this stuff is going to affect you a little more than other people.
Right, because sensitive is sensitive.
Yeah.
You know. The resveratrol is also effective with other immune boosters.
Mhm.
But, you know, some of us have an overactive immune system anyway, so we don't want to boost our immune system anymore. Because part of us, part of my problem is the cytokine storm that can happen with autoimmune disease. Your cytokine storms happen, and that's what really takes you out because it starts attacking your own body. So you have to watch about things that boost your immune system if you have that kind of thing going on.
I take
Yeah.
I take resveratrol every day, or sorry, quercetin.
Resveratrol.
Quercetin because I do daily fasting.
Quercetin, yeah, I have that.
Yeah, I do daily fasting, so that's
I do, yeah, and I do black seed oil,
I think that
Yeah.
avoids oxidation or lactation or lactic acid buildup. I'm not sure.
Yeah. And then there's this thing called Muscle Restore.
Okay.
I have been taking that because your heart is a muscle, and
Yeah.
this can all give your heart problems. So your heart is a muscle, so you got to, this stuff that athletes
Yeah.
use to build up muscles is also good for you to use at this time, because honestly, you need to keep your muscles from being from atrophying or being attacked.
The titanium has really helped with that.
Titanium.
Okay.
Yeah, the titanium colloidal. And by the way, we're going to start making colloidal titanium pretty soon. As soon as we get a source for titanium. Because Max has told us how we can make the colloidal stuff ourselves. We don't
Okay.
have to buy it all the time. Anyway, he's our alchemist.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you guys, and I'll gear it towards Max's question. With the triple metals, have you guys found anything that helps, like pendant wise, to blow out the energy field? I've seen like this Q Link and some other things online. If anybody had any recommendations.
They are very interesting, but they're very expensive to try, aren't they? You know, that's the problem. I'd like to, I'd love to try it, but they're so darn expensive. The Q-Link's what, like $200 or something?
They start at 100 and they go up to 600 depending on what you get.
And I'm always suspicious of a place that'll do that. Oh, here's our okay one, and here's our premium one. It's like that. Come on, why aren't you just selling the best?
Right. That's what I'm trying to do. Is I'm trying to make this garment the best garment I can I can make. The most.
And how much more expense? Like, okay, a garment can be a lot of difference in price, but that little pendant, how much difference can there be in the price of a half decent pendant and a really good pendant? Not really a lot.
Not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure the principle it works on, so I couldn't tell you. I can tell you that in gym lore, there could be a lot of difference in the.
It has a coil in it. It's got a coil. Yeah.
Well, then they're controlling that. They should be able to. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Coil.
Yeah, they're just jacking around with you.
I think so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I know one has an actual battery in it, and it puts out a pulse like the Fluffy,
Mm-hmm.
and the QIFI machine, which I've been looking at those. Too.
Well, all
QIFI.
the resonating machines will have a coil in them, a copper coil or a coil of some sort, and a power supply, because that's how you get the emission, right?
Okay. What I was going to say is I haven't talked about it much, but I have a fluffy field at my place, and that's free Focus Life Force Energy.
Yep.
And you can actually get a fluffy field, and I have it on my phone too. You need this stuff. Unfortunately, I would like to be more positive, but we're under attack, and this is basically armor now. We're going to need armor. We're going to need to protect our places, and we're going to need to protect our auras. And we're going to have to just realize that this is the world that we're in right now, that we're going to have to be more mindful of feeding ourselves the right things. Happy. Where did, what? Hawthorn berries. Oh, good. I have some hawthorn tincture I could start taking. A room EM proof. Yeah, 2 copper plates in weird shapes. There's got to be pendants and stuff. I'm told that shungite helps. I have a shungite pendant. I have some chunks of shungite I'm going to be making too into jewelry. So that might help. I haven't tested it though.
I got a shungite ball. I bought a ball of shungite. I haven't noticed any difference, but I might not.
I haven't noticed anything from my shungite pendant. I wore it a few days and I didn't really. However, they say it's very good for charging water. So
They used to have this company that had clearing plates, and it was called Vesica. And all of a sudden, the clearing plate they just gone. I tried to go back to find them a couple of times where you could put your jewelry on it, and it would clear your stuff.
oh well, you know what'll do that?
What?
Selenite.
Oh yeah, that's.
You can just. I have these selenite sticks. Guess what I'm going to do with them?
Now we
Gonna
had
put
a
'em around my
friend.
jewelry.
We had a friend that moved to Lilydale, New York area. Her name was Pilar. And she had these biogenesis crystals, which was pretty cool because when I met her, she said, "Oh, Heather, you are my most fifth dimensional friend." And she gets out this FBI suitcase. Oh, I better not say a three-letter word name, right?
Right.
Right. So cancel that. Oh, we can't just cancel it. Oh, cancel, clear, delete, delete, delete. But she pulls it out and she has all these little, they're like man-made crystals. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's from, supposedly it originated in Atlantis with Ascended Master Lanto, connected to, associated with Ascended Master Hilarion. And there's a whole like copper ring that has these shapes in the ring, and they're very, very expensive, and they are amazing. One of them was from the Sri Yantra, which she had around the mat on the floor, and I had spent the night one night, and it put me right into Akashic Records. I was just like going through page after page of the Akashic Records, like the first night I slept on it, and then that was it. Yes, it was meant to be, but I was curious about that, and I ended up finding the biogenesis again, and all those little strange shapes and things that they had that were like pyramids and geodesic.
Geodesic domes and
Yeah, there's another shape that
platonic solids.
Yes. Yeah, they were all like in platonic solids and pyramids.
Flower of Life is another one. The Reiki symbol. I'm getting some stickers so that I can put the stickers on stuff that are like Flower of Life and the Reiki symbol and different things. So I have some stories to tell you guys, though, really. I want to finish about this parasite thing.
Okay, hold on. Circle K, do you have a link to Ken Wheeler's site? If you could post it, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, or if somebody can post it for him, because
If it doesn't come up as a post, you can copy and paste it. So
right,
Ken Wheeler.
yeah, right.
Is
down
that
Ken
the
Wheeler.
is that the water charge guy?
Which one's Ken Wheeler?
and what's the toothpaste that you use? D?
Bio Repair.
That's it. Okay, I gotta write that down.
Bio Repair. You know what? I need some help. Pam? Is Pam still on? Somebody, I need some help getting all this stuff together, and we need to put it on every, in the description of every single video.
Yeah.
We need to put it in MeWe, so that it's somewhere in MeWe, so we can just get all this information. We need to put all our information together.
And Leo Maddox, right before you take any colloidals, check if you have any. There are cautions for some of them, especially if you're taking medications. I don't take any medications, so I don't really worry about it.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about that. I just take supplements.
Yeah. I've got a bottle of aspirin that's sat in the cupboard for 6 months.
Are you saying Merkaba, Leomatic, or Merciba?
Merkaba?
Because I know what a Merkaba is.
What's a Merciba? Merkaba. He probably means Merkaba.
I got a Merkaba right over there, Heather. It's copper and it's right over on I got a representation 3D. It's right on my table if you want to grab it. If you don't mind.
I don't see anything.
It's
Good night, Beth.
It's like a star with all those points. It's right there on my altar.
Oh, okay. This
See
is
it?
more like a Moravian star. I have one of these.
Yeah, I don't know Feng Shui enough, Abby. You need a Feng Shui master. I was like saying it Feng Shui.
It kind of looks like this, and you might be right. This might be more like a. But it'll look like when they talk about a Merkaba, they're talking about the male and the female. It basically probably what an orb is. I mean, because supposedly when you activate your Merkaba shield, you can't be harmed. Nothing can harm you in a Merkaba shield. So those orbs that we see might actually be beings in a Merkaba shield. And it's what the star, the six-pointed star represents, but in a three-dimensional way. It's the triangle facing down is the female triangle. The one facing up is the male triangle when you put them together. But it's a 3D form like this is.
They're
It's
also
not really a flat form.
they're also the symbols for earth, air, fire, and water.
Right.
Good
So
reminder.
basically, yeah, a Merkaba field supposedly, if we can, but that requires the combination of the male and the female side. You get your female and male side in balance, and you can generate a Merkaba field. Or twin flames can also do that. Pretty easy, which is one of the reasons why we're trying to all find our twin flames. But you don't really need another person. You can do that on your own too.
Do what?
But it helps.
Do what? Spin
A
your
Merkaba,
Merkaba?
oh yeah.
Well, doesn't it just spin automatically?
No, you actually have to do the combining because it's otherwise they're kind of, or at least as I understand it.
It's funny, you know, I never heard this or read this anywhere else, but I had gone after a big initiation here in Ohio to Georgia, and I was staying with a friend, and I was asleep, and I woke up, sat up, and
You know what? I
said,
just realized I should do this. I should burn some sage.
yeah, let's burn some sage.
Right.
The Merkaba is a light body.
Right.
I was
But
hollering
it's not the
this.
same as the light body.
It's not the same light body, but it's like a light body, and that's all I knew. And I was like, I woke up screaming, the Merkaba's a light body. Oh my God. Then boom, I just fell back asleep.
It's another one of your energy bodies. According to Access Consciousness, there are 9 layers.
Oh my God. I wonder if you could get a new one if you wanted one. Like, could you request a new Merkaba?
Well, you could look it up on Amazon.
You order one on Amazon?
Order one on Amazon, sure.
I don't think you can do that. Think you have
I don't think you can do that yet.
Can I do my glasses?
Yeah.
My third eye?
Nanu.
My ears?
Neener,
My
neener.
cow ears? I have to get the
You're gonna
horns
have
and
to
everything
get
with this. You're gonna have to make me.
I've got the horns somewhere.
You're gonna have to turn me into a Hathor.
Well, then you really will have a case of the horns, won't you?
Now, you guys, have you ever seen a Hathor? Do you guys see? They came when we were studying Tom Kenyon and his book, where he was almost a country hit star, but he kept having these angels show up. These people would just show up and give him these weird messages and vanish. And one day his car blew up, and that was like this defining moment where he, became a sound healer. Tom Kenyon. But he channeled the Hathors.
His car blew up.
Yeah, his car blew up. He went to Nashville. He was going to be a big
Night, Linda.
Nashville star. If you read his story, it's pretty crazy. And he ended up doing all this, Michaela, Raphael, these big booming sound healing stuff.
This kind of sound healing. Well, anyway. I could probably do that kind of thing with my voice. My voice can do almost anything when it's working right.
And the Hathors came through with
The
the
dust has been
calories.
getting in my throat, though. They need to change filters in this place. I keep telling them.
They really do look like little heart-shaped beings. They're really cool looking. They're really
Really?
nice. Yeah, they're nice. They showed up that day, all three of them.
You know what? We really are going to get, like I said, we need to get all of our skills back that we're supposed to have, plus our longevity. It seems like everything's designed to take everything away from us. And I'm not going to let that happen, as if I can help it. This this is only part of it. Okay, we have really a lot to learn about using our own resources within our body, which would be the best or within our psyche. Even would be better, I suppose. But or within our energy field, because we carry that around. But all these things that distort our energy field is another problem.
Yeah.
Oh, is Linda taking off? Good night, Linda. We're having people take off, possibly because of spaces. I didn't see Linda leaving. Anyway, yeah, when people actually had telepathic skills and we didn't need phones. Well, we're going to be able to get back to that. I think we're going to be able to get back to all of this in time. We just got to start getting rid of the things that are blocking all that.
Yeah, we're being artificially suppressed on every level right now.
Yeah, I really think
we're right now finding the ways to break through. And once you're able to do that, you're able to repair the energy systems within you.
repair the damage. Hey, Mud Fossil Gaia, sweetheart. Hello, sister.
I'm not false guy.
Hugs. Yeah, we have to break through, and we have to get to the point where this stuff comes back to us, because it's really the only way we're going to really get through and maintain ourselves as a human species, because I am really pretty convinced that somebody wants to make us something else besides the species that we are. So, and I think that's partly what this tech is about, and I think that's what the genetic crap is about, and all this crap.
Well, I think they didn't put they kind of put all their eggs in one basket, but the basket is so multifaceted, they could take it in almost any direction.
Yeah.
At the moment, they could use the research. They could try to change us into them. They could try to change them into us. It could really go any way. I don't know if they want to have. Do they want, seemingly what they want to do is cure thalassemia, which is a deficiency in chromosome 8.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So.
And we know how everything they do always works out, don't we?
Yeah. So it seems that they want to get that connection that we have naturally from our ancestors, and they may truly be a created race brought here by Yahweh, or created by Yahweh.
Well, what I was gonna tell you is this is a very strange and long story. Maybe I should just do there's a lot of dots getting connected here with all this. And like I said, I have a memory of being in another place before I was here. And in that other place, we were doing fine until these people with a parasite problem showed up, and they were very violent, and they stole people from us, really. We lived in dwellings that blended right in with the earth, and some of us lived in what would to you look like those rock cut ruins that you see, those melted cities built right into the side of a mountain or something. And when this happened, it really really tore things up. And then they took some of us and modified us. So that's part of our story. Part of the story I remember, they had the reason they were so weird is they had parasites. Later on, I saw what some of these parasites look like. They look sort of like a black squiddy type thing. With some of them have wings. They are weird, absolutely alien looking. But are they a natural creature or AI? We don't know. Like I said, one of the reasons I stopped playing games is I was afraid I might have been manifesting some of these things that were in books, because really people have imagined these things and put them into books and things, put them into games and so on. And I didn't know whether I was seeing them because because they really actually existed, or whether they were being manifested through our spending a lot of time thinking about them, and still that's a question. I mean, because we do create things. As soon as I learned that, hey, wait a minute, we create things.
Well, you have to think too, in the infinity of the universe, it probably existed at one time anyway, if it didn't exist now.
Yeah, it probably exists somewhere. A lot later on, I realized probably.
So whether you're manifesting it or remembering it, either way, I don't think you're probably not manifesting it.
Right. I figured I probably am not actually manifesting it, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, but at the time I didn't know what I didn't know. But if you look back into some of those books and some of our science fiction, now I have to tell you, one of the first clubs, I started an organization with a friend in college called Stargate.
I was just going to mention that show, because what you're talking about sounds like the Google.
Well, this is weird, okay? I was writing that story. That is the story I was writing. As many of us have found, our writings disappear. Okay? And that was one of my writings that disappeared. I was writing the Stargate story. When I saw that as a movie, I'm like, I was flabbergasted.
Yeah.
And as a series, I'm like, holy crap! That's the story I was writing. But how are you going to prove it after they have it as a movie, right? But that was basically the story I was writing. Only they didn't get some things right. The Egyptian pantheon is not our enemy. They actually are helpful. They got that part wrong. Other than that, it's very similar to what I was writing. It's almost like they took what I was writing and made it serve their own ends. It was sort of a disclosure, but not a disclosure.
Yeah.
So, or maybe sort of a, how could I say it? Maybe more of disinfo. So that people would have in their minds, don't trust the Egyptian pantheon. I don't know. The other thing about this is the bit about the worms.
Yeah.
About the parasites.
Yeah.
That goes layers and layers deep.
Yes.
Because once again, the parasites, like I said, these people were infected with parasites, is what we found out.
Yeah.
The parasites we encountered them here on this planet, in the astral. And in the astral is where these things seem to work their best. Mostly they don't do a lot here. When they do it in the physical, it's all hidden. But in the astral, it's pretty rampant, all of this stuff. The other thing is, once again, the stuff that's working on what we're dealing with is vermifuges, things that get rid of parasites. Now this is very questionable, but recently somebody caught a picture of the blue guy, the blue guy that's supposed to be boss right now. The blue guy had some kind of wormy looking things coming out of his sleeve that went away the moment he touched the mic in a debate, in a recent debate,
Really?
And he had some kind of thing up his sleeve. This could really give another meaning to what you got up your sleeve there, because there was
Yeah.
something sticking out of his sleeve that just backed right off and went under his skin. And we're like, holy crap. What did we just see? A scene from Men in Black, rather. Men in Black, you remember that
Yeah.
Men in Black that had the guy with the bugs?
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, wait. So now wait a minute. Then there is this artist, Alex Gray,
Yeah.
and he's into metaphysical stuff. If you know anything about Alex Gray,
Yeah.
he's actually
There it
got pictures of what a being would look like, totally infested with these black tentacly things.
Okay.
And I'm there like, oh shit. And this was all bringing back memories to me. Because I had those things on me and I had to get them off of me. And they were very contagious. These things are very contagious. They were dwelling in the astral until we figured out how to deal with those. They were extremely infectious. And we were trying to take them off people, and then you would get it yourself. And they would, it was terrible. So yeah, they were another kind of parasite. And like I said, I had them and they made me feel different. I was a different person after I got them off of me,
Yeah.
and when they came on me, they change your energy. So we have to really freaking be careful about everything now, because obviously this is the way that it's going, is they're bringing these things into the physical, because as you know, the astral plane is where things, the causal plane is where things dwell before they come here, and then it shows up in the astral before it shows up here. We've been seeing this stuff in the astral for a long time. I think it's manifesting, starting to put it in the physical, which is very freaking dangerous for us. So if you've got any of your produce, please make sure you wash it carefully and clean it and dip it in, do the thing where you dip it in the baking soda, or you dip it in the apple cider vinegar or whatever to get.
Hydrogen peroxide.
I use a shock. I heat it. I put it in hot water, then I put it in cold water a couple of times to shock any life forms that may be in there. Now I'm going to start using apple cider vinegar as well, and or maybe baking soda or hydrogen peroxide. But hydrogen peroxide being just a little bit more dangerous. But what?
They have an enzyme spray.
Enzyme spray. Yeah, I don't know. But we've got to start being really more mindful of that, because who knows how this is going to spread now. They're telling us airborne. And when they tell you to wear 2 or 3 masks, they're just trying to suffocate you. There's no way that could be healthy, right?
No.
So who have unknowingly manifested various tulpas, right? And we have to talk about tulpas here for a minute.
What's a tulpa?
A tulpa is a thought form, created thought form.
Yeah.
And they can go off, get loose, and I did this before. There was a book of magic which taught you to make a thought form. And here, it was just so irresponsible to have people making these things, because you can make these things, they can get loose, develop a personality of their own, and start wreaking havoc all on their own, and you can lose complete control of these things.
What?
And they didn't warn you of this, okay? You can actually, you yourself, although a group of people can do it easier, and make a bigger, better one, but like maybe a dark circle making tulpas. But yeah, you can actually make a thought form that will start functioning independently of you. because you're creators. Never forget you're creators, okay? I keep telling you, and people keep trying to tell you something different. You do create things. Even if it's just in the astral, even if it functions in the astral, it'll affect the physical because they're connected. You have to be very careful what you manifest. You have to be very careful where your thoughts are. You have to be very careful what you create, okay? You are creators. You're co-creators with the divine force that flows through everything and is everything. That is literally standing there waiting for your orders. Did you know that that is actually what you're co-creating with? That is a part of God right there. That's God. And when you, what we think of as God, okay, when you are making something, that's one of the things that's bringing it, or actually the thing that in conjunction with you is making it physical, an idea into the physical. This is what creates everything, and you are creating with that. Okay, so it is neutral. It doesn't sit there and judge you. Okay, so it's not going to sit there and go, no, I'm not going to do that because it's evil. No, it doesn't judge. It just does. Okay, it manifests. It's that part of it, the manifesting arm, the whole, it, also known as the Holy Spirit in some, but they keep trying to tell you it's another male. No, it's the female branch, because the female is the one that manifests things in physical form. Okay, that is how the manifestation. I mean, you know, women give birth. The female arm of it is the manifesting. The spark form, the spark, the energy, is the male form. The physical body is a female.
Hell and Ra. Hell and Ra to me. Ra is the radiant female form, and Hell is the collective electric force.
Right. So, I mean, that's the part of, that's why they're talking about this triple God thing, but really that part of it is part of it that manifests things, and it's neutral. It's not, it doesn't sit there and judge whether you've done a good thing or not.
Yeah, the 0 point.
Right. So it can manifest terrible things too, which I think is what's happened here, is some terrible things have been made manifest because possibly of things that have happened that have caused all kinds of fear and anxiety, or people wanting to control power, whatever it is. They can make a tulpa and actually make it, it can't even become physical and get out of the astral and become visible.
And that, my friends, could be what happened in part at the White House.
Right. Yes, always build your zoo enclosure before you create your tulpas. They can be very dangerous if not contained within the, if you don't contain them, they will get loose. This is literally like Madam Frank, you know, I have called myself Madam Frankenstein before because I have accidentally made things, okay, not meaning to make them. You can do that. You can just worry about something so much that, and imagine it so much that you create a thing. And if it's not contained, it can get loose. And if you're a really good one, it can get loose in the weirdest ways. It can manifest itself in the weirdest ways. So I haven't really gone much into this.
Okay, can we hang on one second here? Pappy Two Bears is bringing up lead shielding.
Right. Not really lead. I don't think I don't think he's really meaning. But Pappy, would you like to come in and explain some of this? I'll post you the link again. Because this is deep tonight. We're kind of being deep tonight. But that, I figured it was going to be like that because Heather's in here. Deep thought.
I'm not trying to be deep. I said shove me in the
No, she's just another deep.
Before I get too deep.
Shove me in
The
shallow waters before I get too deep. 'Cause what I am is what I am. You what you are or what.
Wow.
So honestly, yeah, be careful. You know, this is also a part of use your illusion.
Use your illusion.
Use your illusion. I mean, really, we make illusions all the time, too. We do. We create a lot of stuff and don't realize it. Okay? We create all the time and we don't even realize
I
we're
know,
doing
that's
it.
what's so great. We can just decide, you know what, I created this, I'm gonna uncreate and destroy all
Yes,
that.
that's why when I do the clearing, we're uncreating and destroying things because a lot of these things we created or pulled into our field through our unknowledgeable that we are doing it. I mean, we are not taught that we can do this, and so we do a lot of stupid shit, not knowing that we can do it. And here, it's one of the most important things you need to know. And I realized this tonight as I'm sitting here. It's like, damn, you're right. We need people to know that this is very possible. And this whole freaking thing could be a overblown id monster. If you remember that movie with the id monster, they were, it was something that was being created out of somebody's psyche. They also did a bit like that on Star Trek. In fact, whoa, was that disclosure? They had one where this society was getting ready to mass ascend, and they had one more thing that they had to solve, and it was this monster. And then one of the guys that came from the ship, and I forget who was it, Riker or whoever it was, they found out it was an id monster. They were collectively creating it from their fears. This is how we end up manifesting the wrong thing for people to come sliding in on. And it's like, put fear in people's minds, put imagery in people's minds. It's really easy to do. Remember, I told you about the Hawaiian Punch commercial. All he had to do was subliminally, you couldn't even hear it, say sugar is bad for you in that. And all of a sudden everybody's saying sugar is bad for you, sugar is bad for you, and calling for sugar to be taken out of products. Look at the path that led us down, okay? To all these artificial sugars that are way far worse than you can even imagine for you. So, I mean, you got to think about this. Is this what's happening now? Is this what's happening now? Are they using us like they usually do? I realized at one point they were using these beings, I will just call them beings, and I found out the Draco may not be what we think they are, what we have been led to believe either. They may be different than we are led to believe. Okay, that's all I'm going to say for now. I'm not going to go into a lot of details, but if you listen to Penny, I put her video, her interview with Carrie Cassidy up. She was saying that the Draco are not what you think either. The lizards are not what you think. It's like everybody is like us. They're all kind of different in the regard that, are we good? Are we bad? We're all different, aren't we? We're different. So basically, Star Trek, the Vulcans were the only safe ones. Well, I say one of our greatest gifts is our imagination. Our greatest gift being our imagination, it's also our greatest detriment, okay? Is it can be used against us too, which I found out at one point. I actually designed a device, a detrimental device, and I went and had to go about uncreating it. My imagination was actually used to create a detrimental device. I uncreated it. Thank you very much. So when I realized that was happening, I put an end to that. First, you got to realize that it can even happen. and that you might even be used that way. But we are the creators. We can use this and create. Some species don't have that ability. We may be deficient in some things. Right now we've had some of these things stunted or taken away, but this is one thing that we can still do really well. We are still really good at creating stuff, okay? And we're really creative and we're really imaginative, and that is why I think we're so freaking interesting, okay? At least part of it. Okay, I'm done with that soapbox.
Happy, you mentioned this lead. What did you mean by putting the TOPA in a lead container?
Yeah, please expand on that. Inquiring minds want to know.
Because I actually have lead.
She has a lead fabric that somebody gave her,
Yeah, it came off the walls of.
which is for radiation, by the way.
Yeah, it came off of a particular. I guess I can't really say here where they got it, but
So they contain the lead in some sort of plastic or vinyl sort of.
they don't want people getting into their information, so they cover the walls with it. Certain institutions. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So I got some pliable. It's the same consistency as gold, believe it or not, and it's actual pliable lead.
Yeah,
When I don't know what to do with something, sometimes I just wrap it in that until I figure it out. I've had the smart meter wrapped in it, and it's a good blocker. It's about the most absolute.
Well, it would be. It's lead.
It's real lead.
It'd block anything. Actually, I was meaning to ask you about that because honestly, I have a feeling that has a really important use that we haven't really done yet. That we're going to need that at some point. I just had, I don't know if you all are chatting at all, because if so, we're not seeing it move. Oh, there, it just moved. I like the nuclear. Sure. Nuclear football, the presidents have. Not everyone can or should have those codes. Higher spiritual work needs to be looked at in the same manner. Not all should be having access, which is why it was called occult or hidden knowledge. They were hiding it for a good reason, so that not just any dang yahoo could just take it and make something to, yeah, it's power. And you could look at it like, well, it's not so that not just any idiot can come and do something. But I hate to tell you, idiots can still do stuff. Idiots can still create stuff. It's not impossible. So our problem now, our conundrum now, is if we let everybody know about this, yes, some people are going to misuse it. But the problem is some people are misusing it because they don't know what they're doing. They don't know they're even doing it. That's the problem right there. So how do we keep it under wraps so everybody is not affected by this, but still allow the people who need to know? Well, the only thing is that people who would be drawn to this show and like the content of a show like mine, they would probably be the kind of people who would be needing to know. But you can't even rely on that, because occasionally we have some idiot like the, I don't even want to say it, like the troll. I don't even want to say the name. Yes, there are a lot of people who can't visualize using their imagination, or at least that's what they claim. That's what I'm saying. Your imagination, if you're good at imagining things, you're really great mage material, okay? Yeah, and intention is another thing. And why am I always talking about intention and new moon? is things increasing. Now we're in the full moon. Things are going to decrease. Let me tell you something. We're coming into Mercury retrograde. Okay, this is
Oh,
going to
no.
happen on the 30th. We're already in the shadow of it as we speak. Okay, I have spoken to this before. This is going to be a good thing and a bad thing. For some people, it's going to be terrible. For us, it'll probably be a good thing. Just remember that everything during a Mercury retrograde is going to be it's kind of a coyote time. Mercury apparently seems to be going backwards in the sky. Now, that's not really what's happening, okay? But it's a time when it looks like that, and it is a time when Mercury, the messenger, communication, money, travel, everything that this culture just worships, it goes awry. He does a little dance. It's in his trickster mode. He's in his trickster mode. And I call him the little trickster then. So everything's going to be trickster.
When did this start? Today?
It's going to be the 30th.
Oh,
It's coming right up. We're
What's
already
today?
feeling the effects
it
of
is the 30th.
Do you know how to share? Do you know how to share screen, Dee?
Yes, share screen.
Okay.
Okay, I
Share mine. Can you share my screen?
can I share your screen?
There
No,
should
how
be
do I
there
do
should
that?
be another screen beside mine.
Okay,
on
hang on.
yours.
Let me see if I can figure this out. Application window.
No. Okay, back out of that.
Okay, get out of that. Microsoft Edge tab.
Okay,
No.
go into Streamlabs. Am I okay?
Okay.
Is there a share
going
screen
to share
beside
screen.
my name? Like there's my symbol up there. Is there another square with another thing in it? Okay.
There?
No,
No,
that's not it.
No. Let me look and see if I can find. Edit name, edit mic settings, kick from studio, ban from studio. No, that's not it.
Once you get it, it's that simple.
Where do I look? There's a share screen, but it's not by you.
Okay, try the share screen button in the middle. See if it does anything.
Share screen is
Just goes to your Windows tabs and stuff, doesn't it?
yeah, it just goes to my
Well,
Windows.
try it again and see. There's two other options there.
It just
At the top, there's two other options at the top. There's three options at the top there
at the top.
of the share
The top
screen.
of what?
When you hit share screen,
Okay, hang on. Share screen. Best with two monitors. Share audio.
so the first one there. Hit the first one.
Share your entire screen.
Let's see, what was that? Is that what it is?
That's what it says. It says share your entire screen, application window, and Microsoft Edge tab. That's all it's given me.
Try them. See what's in them. See what's in them.
Application window is just StreamYard and 18 more. It's just what's in my Microsoft Edge tab is just all my stuff that's in Microsoft. So somehow I'm not.
Some water.
Okay. Well, anyways,
Actually, I need my tea. I need to get.
I pulled up a research study on nanoparticle cobalt, and you were talking about parasites. Let me just read some of this article for you.
Okay.
It's well, I won't read it. What I'll do is, I was going to show you some cultures, but what the cultures are showing is Staphylococcus, Bacillus, Pseudomonas. I don't know what those are, and Klebsiella. These are three types of bacteria that are in the human body.
Yeah.
And cobalt has an effectiveness on them in these cultures of, if anyone's familiar with this, 1.05 centimeters. It's the area of range that the specified amount of nanoparticles will kill, and it's a pretty wide range. So it's showing that it has an antibacterial action against Staphylococcus bacillus, Pseudomonas, and it's spelled KLEBSIELLA. And these are all parasites that are in us. So you can get cobalt in pill form, but this is showing cobalt effectiveness in nanoparticle size in silica suspension. So
Interesting.
interesting. So because you were talking about those parasites, this is another way we can help get parasites out of us.
Cool. Okay. You take notes.
Yep, nerds. I gotta write that one down.
Write that one down.
Is this a product you can buy?
No, of course not.
Okay.
But you can buy cobalt. I think you can buy cobalt as a supplement.
You know, I just bought some stones in Florida that were cobalt. There's
But
actually,
I'm going to get some cobalt and make it into a colloidal.
You know what?
um,
Since I'm going to be doing colloidals, you better get over here more often and help me with this shit.
okay.
I can't do all this by myself, you know. But at least we have a safe place over here to do
Hi,
it.
Lucid.
This is a pretty safe place.
A bacterial fungal organism. Silver works is antimicrobial and antibacterial.
The next new moon is squared up like a mofo. Would you like to explain that, Sir Croquet? Because the next new moon will be during a Mercury retrograde, and I find Mercury retrogrades very powerful on the non-physical plane. If you are doing something with communication, transportation, etc., that is not the physical, that is not out of physical concern type of thing. If you're doing it on the spiritual level, it's liable to go quite well, because somehow it's almost like you go into a different dimension when you're in a Mercury retrograde. Things are good only for that Mercury retrograde period. Things that happen during Mercury retrograde pretty much stay in the Mercury retrograde, sort of. It's almost like an alternative time place that you can do things that you can't normally do too. So some people hate it because it screws certain things up, but it actually enhances some things too. And I'll go more into that. If you want to hear a little bit about that, I do have a video about that, but I'll probably go more into it this retrograde about how to use a retrograde. Use your retrogrades wisely. I am so emotionally challenged right now. It's back to you. Let's see. What you guys give me so much information, Thank goodness for you guys. Thank goodness for you. I love my crew. My crew are so brilliant. I can tell you that.
Here, I posted that study in chat there. If anybody wants to take a look at it.
Okay. And which is great because you're a mod and you can actually post things and I can't post. For some reason.
Research gate.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
Leo Medic's out there. He might want to see it. I don't know.
ResearchGate.what? Net publication.
That study was put out in 2018, so just before the pandemic hit for some reason.
Huh. Well, they want to make
Isn't that
nano,
interesting?
they want to make nano like in charge of our bodies in 10 years. So
We might be doing them a favor by putting all the metal in this, but oh well.
Somebody brought that up, and I think it was Micah was a little worried
Yeah.
about that.
But they have to control the energy of it too. that's
Right.
not really going to work.
So, well, that's what I think is going on is that okay, now let's say most parasites, they eventually kill their host. If you were a parasite, you found an immortal host, one that had all kinds of regeneration properties and lived a very long time. You would have found an ideal environment, right? Which some of these beings seem to be like that. They are very, very hard to kill physically. They regenerate, they have very strong systems and are virtually immortal. I guess can be killed, but it's not easy. I think that's what happened is they found a host that was almost impossible for them to kill, so they could keep propagating, which I also covered in my story, which never got published because it got stolen. This was another thing. And I'll tell you another thing that was in there that's probably true too then, because another thing that was in the story, but it wasn't in quite the same way, another thing that was in the story was about there was some guy, oh, I hope I don't get in trouble for this. There was a guy who was one of these immortal people who was actually had some kind of device that could regulate the San Andreas Fault. And he lived underground, and this was before all this underground stuff came up. He had his place underground, and he actually could control how the San Andreas Fault moved. And this was why, and he was almost impossible to kill. And he could be revived from even just the smallest amount of him left. He could be brought back. This may be true. If that is true, that's a very advanced culture. Of course, maybe what would culture look like that was thousands of years ahead of us?
Okay, that sounds like the Nanahae. The Nanahae Indians. Remember, we were talking about this woman. They called her Cholita. The Cholita Indians. That was pre-white man in the Cherokee down near Atlanta at the foot of the Appalachian Trail. They had this circle down there. They had this huge Indian spot where they took this Cherokee. The legend has it that the Cherokee woman left where the gold was in Dahlonega, where they panned for gold, and they moved her to with her tribe. She, of course, had some young hunk lure her away from the waters, and convincing her, well, we have the medicine, we'll take care of you, you'll be fine. But she had a formula that she used with the gold on the river, and needed to come back to the river and didn't make it. They buried her on the spot, and she had some secret to longevity there. And so the legend has it later, when I went up the trail near Blood Mountain, they had this whole plaque, and they talked about how the settlers would come, and that between the Nanahae Indians and the Cholita, there were condos in the mountains, pre-Cherokee, mind you, this is very, very old, pre-white man, pre-settlers, everything.
When one of my guides told me we're pre-human, people thought that they meant like Neanderthals. I said, no, these people were very advanced and pre-human.
Well, it just goes to show you we don't know what these minerals can do, especially the gold. And we know some of it is enormous. Yeah, and what were they doing with these condos in the mountains? And settlers would come, people would get lost, and they'd take them to their homes, put them up for the night, and then put them back on their path the next day. Friendly, go on your way, and no one knows anything else.
Well, see, that's another thing I don't understand. I'm still trying to puzzle out how we do the remote viewing without getting in trouble, because Pappy has warned us that we could be getting in trouble with it, and we did get into some trouble. The problem is, I think maybe part of it is some of us end up, instead of just remote viewing, we end up bilocating. We end up actually going there, and I think that may be
Oops.
part of it. I'm
I
still trying
didn't mean
to,
to pop in your living room.
because I really, under normal conditions, just remote viewing, you shouldn't be able to be hurt.
There are some
Somehow, some
species.
of us were hurt.
There are some species apparently that can see you when you're
Yeah,
remote.
I mean,
Even if
normally,
you're just remote viewing, they see your impression.
yeah.
So in some cases, when remote viewing, you do go to places. That's why you
I
guys,
think just,
for some people, I guess it could be a hazard, but for those with enough light, you're fine. As
well,
long as
I guess we didn't have enough light, or maybe we were just went when we were not strong enough, because we got into trouble. But then again, what we saw was
yeah.
was pretty wild.
You
I
took the
mean,
past month, did you? Was this in the past month you went?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know.
I just intuitively stopped. I should have said something, but I just do it
And we
intuitively.
stopped too because it was just too dangerous.
Yeah, there are times when you should.
People were having effects.
There
And
was
I
a lot of other people's mental energy out there at that time.
Yes, I think
Very,
that,
it's very distracting, and yeah, you can get caught up in stuff too.
yeah, you can get because I immediately go out when somebody asks a question. I immediately go out and start looking for the answer without thinking about it. If I'm in a trance-like state,
Watch my
I
channel.
will
If you don't feel
go
good
out
enough
and
to
start
remote view,
looking for
there's a reason for it.
Mhm. So we saw, yeah, I've been trying to come up with exactly the reason why we got hit that time, and some of us got hit and some of us didn't.
Yeah.
And I mean, and well, actually, it's like we all got hit at this one point, but it may have been. Oh, freak! I just realized it was after Antarctica. Oh, freak! Wasn't it?
What are they saying?
It was after Antarctica.
My kids.
Because Denali was just do, let's have fun. But then Les
I think they could find you anyway, Mary.
got into trouble. Yeah, Antarctica was
They'll
maybe
find-
too much of a
They'll
hotspot.
find those with light anyway. I think. I don't think there's any hiding from.
Ask Mary Bond what she does to stay hidden.
Well, she's talked about it, but sure, go ahead, Mary. What do you do to stay hidden?
She does. She says she doesn't remote view. Actually,
She says she doesn't remote view right now. You say you want to hone your remote viewing techniques, but you are told now not to remote view.
Oh.
Well, yeah, okay, maybe we triggered something when we went to Antarctica because it's such a hot spot right now. We shouldn't have gone to Antarctica, probably. We should have known better. That was it. You know what? I thought maybe it was when we saw the World War. Maybe not. Maybe it was when we saw Antarctica. What was that, Antarctica? Because that's when Les started to have problems. But yeah, I've been trying to come up with that, or maybe we just were not all like feeling 100% at the time. And if your energy is down, and bless you, by the way, and did you just give me the coof? Yeah, did you just give me the coof? No, I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm kidding. It's a nickname for, Vivi the Vi.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, I've been trying to figure out how it is that we got into trouble when that is not normal for remote viewing.
Yeah, there are a couple of factors that could affect it too. They've been pumping EMFs out at a rate of about 72 to 74 Tesla. And our power in the astral is like, we are so powerful in the astral because we are living beings and we have the physical connection of that energy. that usually makes us powerful. But if you're weakened emotionally or weakened electronically, maybe you might be able to have trouble there. I don't know. That's a possibility.
Yeah, there's something happened that I'm not sure what happened, but I didn't take people out again. I'm not going to take people out until on a trip until we get any more RVs, until we get people strong enough that I'm confident that they're not going to get in trouble. Because and you seem to be doing okay. Everybody over there is doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm too easily influenced by people saying, "I want to go do," and I'm like, "Well, okay,
Oh
but
no, I'll be remote viewing tomorrow. I did it last weekend too.
yeah, okay." So probably it's not.
What can I ask you a question? Do you know what you want to remote view, or are you allowed to say?
No and no.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I'm going to
Oh,
remote
that's
view,
okay.
and I actually I try not to settle on what I'm going to remote view until just before I write it down. That way, nobody gets any previous.
Right, me too. I just kind of let people. A couple of times I did that, and then a couple of times I let people pick what we were going to look at.
Quick question: has anybody heard of Kent Dunn's Tales from the Ship Show?
No.
He talks about RVs, and I thought they were talking about literal RVs, like, well, whoever's willing to just take off and go will get the RV. And I wondered if anyone knew what he was referring to by the RV.
Actually, it's almost the same thing. Some of us are thinking of getting literal RVs and taking off.
Yeah.
In fact, it's, an RVing from an RV, maybe, so we can't be.
I'm thinking boathouse myself. There's a lot of water in Canada, so I'm thinking boathouse.
Yeah, boathouse. But what do you do when it gets choppy?
Huh? Well, there's small lakes. You don't have to worry about that.
I would love to have a.
Just go up a river or a lake. I wouldn't be out on the Great Lakes anyways. I'd be up on we got lots of canal systems. I'd be in the canal system.
Okay, so Pappy Two Bears thinks same thing pretty much. I was thinking that maybe some of us are astral traveling when we think we're remote viewing, in which case, yeah, we can be affected. And yeah, I can slide right into it because I'm so often called on to go remote affect something, to go get something out of somebody's house or detach something from somebody or do an extraction remote or do all of this stuff remote. It's very natural for me to just actually slide from viewing right into projection, into bilocation, and maybe some of you as well. And it would be hard for you to necessarily tell the difference because it's sometimes hard for me to tell the difference until I accidentally affect something.
Oh, cool, sir.
Okay, sweetie, it's almost 9 a.m. Have you been up all this time? Oh my goodness. Hugs. I love you. Thank you for coming, love.
Thank you for coming.
You're going to have to come back over and we're going to have to do some more shows together.
I can't see your face though.
We're going to have to do some more shows together. Okay, wait.
Careful, she bites. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, yes.
Oh,
now you're
God.
blessed for it.
Oh my God! Where did you find this now? Oh.
I don't know. I'm just one of those people that finds weird shit around.
Where did you find the wine?
This was at the dollar store.
Good night, Mary.
Hey!
Oh, that's perfect. I know somebody like that.
You do?
I did.
Yeah, the mouth moves.
Oh, so you have to tell us more about the worm again. You were going to finish your story about the worm.
About what?
The worm.
Oh, the worm. Damn. Well, the thing about the worm.
Now we got the cobalt maybe to fight the worm.
Okay. There's so many vermifuge tie-ins. There's so many where if you
I
look
know.
at science fiction, Parasite in Stargate, and I'm telling you, I made that club. We actually the remnants of that, and then we formed another one. We actually brought the first science fiction, fantasy, and gaming show to Akron, and I was the president of that club. I was the founder. It was called Stargate, and I look at that and it's like, what is it about? It's about exactly what I was writing about. So yeah, and that writing disappeared, and so here I am thinking, I'm looking at this, and all of the tie-ins are to parasites, worms, parasites, worms. If it is a created worm, not a real worm, but we can still fight it. Thank goodness we can still fight it with vermifuges. We can still fight it like a living worm, like a natural worm.
Yeah.
I was just going to cite some more. I don't remember what else I was going to say because we've been way too far down the road for me to remember, but I think I was just going to cite some more connections with the worm thing. With
Yeah.
because
You
they're all
know,
over the
I
place.
get an Anunnaki connection as well myself.
Well, see, the Anunnaki might be the ones that raided our place.
Hmm. I think they
Because they
raided
had
our,
red hair. They had red hair. That
they
was
raided
it.
our planet for sure.
Yeah, they raided our place and took some of us.
Mhm.
And I think we were related because a lot of us had red hair too. Took,
I visited some off-world people. I don't know where they are. I've made contact with some. Uh, they're human like us, but they're off-world.
yeah, because a lot of races, I guess, are human. Like,
Well, they're being used. They're slaves.
That's what I thought
yes.
you were gonna say. So you mean they're off?
I've run into them too. When I was first starting, I ran into a race that was digging something, and I asked what world they were on, and they said Mita Ra. And they looked, they had dark hair and looked.
Yeah. So
foreign.
they raped our planet clean and they moved on, and they left the parasites behind.
Which would be about right. Didn't quite rape us entirely clean, I guess. I hear that they are still transporting shitloads of gold out off planet. So they didn't quite denude us entirely.
Yeah,
They're still working on
The
it.
Earth is deep.
What?
The Earth is deep.
Yes, it is. Good night, Marie, and love you, dear. And there's a difference between just observing and doing. Doing requires projecting energy. Viewing is passive and peeking while unseen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, I
so-
have tried to talk to people about that before. That astral projection and remote viewing are different.
All right.
You know, and out of body. I think they're all three completely different things myself.
Yeah, I really think that some of us just don't know that we're projecting. Like me, and I may be a guilty one there because I can so easy do that. I didn't even know I was doing it. See, for a long time, folks, I didn't know that's what I was doing ever. I would do it and have no idea that that's what I was doing because it was just too easy. And I didn't think it was really doing anything. I mean, I thought I was just thinking in my mind, that I was just imagining something in my head.
Yeah, that's what remote viewing for me was when I was younger. I just thought, oh, everybody sees all kinds of shapes, figures, and stuff in their
Things
head.
like
Yeah.
that in your head. Why everybody can do it, right?
Yeah, when you close your eyes, that's just what you see, right? You know?
Yeah, you don't know any better than that. But apparently, I've been astral projecting my whole freaking life. I've been bilocating and only became aware of it recently.
Yeah.
Apparently, because people have seen me all kinds of places that I haven't been. So apparently,
I don't think I do that, so I'm pretty I'm pretty
you
grounded.
Enterprise had the lowest shields to fire the photon torpedoes. They were vulnerable when doing that. Same in the energy realms. Yeah. Well, I came here to chew bubble gum and kick ass. And I used to be a demon ass kicker for people. And I decided, you know what? It's a hazardous occupation. And now I'm not going to do that anymore unless I get paid well. I'm sorry. Or for you guys. I help you with it. But honestly, I'm not just going to randomly do that anymore. It's a dangerous thing to do. If you let your shielding down, you can get hurt in that doing that. You gotta be aware of what you're doing. It's just that I hate to see people suffer when really a lot of these things are just low level. You know, some of them are higher level though, and they're really dangerous. But most of them are just low level entities that are chewing, you know, on people. Some of them though are human groups doing things. Watch that, man. Hey, dude. Hey, dude. You're not a dude.
I'm not a dude today,
You're not a dude today.
but I can play one on.
But I can play one.
I could play one on 2 a.m.
I can play one on a 3D chat.
Yeah.
But anyway.
I'm interested to see if we can take ourselves back to our original state, like what our
That's
If
what
we-
I'm thinking of.
if we can modify our environment and our inner
Can we
body,
somehow-
work on our epigenetics and our auras.
Can we somehow get back to the point where we could do all of this stuff? We could do anything. All of the ancient powers. Yes, that's exactly what I'm working on next. Which is probably why we've been brought together by our guides, is because we're all working on this together, is getting back to that.
I think so.
And I think we need to get back to that in face of what we've got going on this planet.
Yeah,
We
I'm
better
hoping that eventually all what we're doing
always.
won't be necessary, but and that we'll take back the whole world, the whole planet to
Yes.
what it was. Personally, I think that we should go to the international court and sue the Anunnaki because they took our gold. I want
Well,
it back.
it might not just
Okay.
really even be the Anunnaki. Might be
Well, whoever.
there. I guess there are or whoever is stealing all our.
Yeah.
Outrageous day.
Whoever doing that, hey, maybe we have some rights in the Intergalactic Federation.
Yeah, we
there.
should get some compensation for all of our damages here. Because we've got a lot of collateral damage on this planet, let me tell you.
Yeah, like it's everything. It's psychological,
Do
emotional,
you remember when I was
physical. Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, I think I've already initiated that. You remember when I was saying this should be admissible? This should be admissible. I didn't know what I was
We've
doing.
gone to court for stuff. in the
We've gone to
train
court
station.
Oh yeah, I've put that out there too many times.
And then I found
Good
myself
for you.
saying, this should be admissible, and this should be admissible,
Good
and this
for you,
should be
Matt.
admissible under this law, and this
Yeah.
should be admissible under this law. And what about this? And what about this? And
What about we had no agreement in the beginning? We didn't
Yeah.
agree.
Agreement. We didn't agree to this, and conformed, and unintentional, and how did I see? I was way more eloquent in that form too. By the way, in that form, I'm a lot more eloquent than I am here. But I was saying, well, we were not really totally informed about this. We don't have unconscious
Yeah.
consent. It's not consent. It's not really consent. If you don't really know that there's ever going to be any consequence to it, and you think you're just imagining this, that's not really consent, folks.
No.
It should not count.
Doesn't count.
And
It's getting worked out.
yeah, we're going to have to hammer this stuff out, because honestly, this is the truth. How can you, when you're told that this is just a fantasy and it's just fun and it's just play, how can you think then that you're really agreeing to something when you don't even know that it's an agreement? And some of these things, I've noticed how subtle it is. There was a little shaman from Australia who was talking about how subtle some of these things are. that can get permissions from you without you even knowing that that's what is happening. It's like, they just slip the mat out while you're being distracted, or they just say things in such a way that you don't even realize what you're agreeing to. How in the heck, when we don't have all of our functions, how in the heck are we supposed to deal with all these things? How in the heck are we supposed to stand up to this? Yeah, that's my question. You take all of the normal stuff away from people that would allow them to know. Most people can't even see astrally. They can't even see what's in front of them. They can't even see when a person is,
Yeah.
they can't even tell when a person is lying to them or something.
Yeah. Well, they claim we only use 10% of our brain. Is that by function, or is that by misuse or abuse?
Yeah, Circle K, I need you because I end up losing things a lot and can't
Yeah.
find myself.
Hey, Max, who were you saying you were calling upon? Was it the Galactic Federation of Light?
I
Oh.
didn't call. I haven't called on anyone. I put that out to the universe.
It's just out to
Oh,
the universe at
okay.
large, which
Yeah.
you can do. I've done that.
I'm not sure that the Galactic Federation exactly exists for sure.
Not in the state that people think of it, but we
Yeah.
did visit them. We
But I
visited
know
them.
that God exists and God will listen and do something.
God exists for sure,
So
and I'm certain about that. Like I said, the divine consciousness is part of the manifesting arm of God, basically.
and I
Manage-
have asked if the Galactic Federation exists, that they, give us some justice.
Yeah. We asked for that. Well, actually, we did go somewhere when we went to the Galactic Federation. We did actually see some people there.
I did too. I saw beings. I saw 6 or
And
8 of
you presented the case, but I felt like I had talked to them a bunch of times.
What else did you see? 6 or 8 what?
6 or 8 beings in a room.
Yeah, and I felt like I had talked to them all before. But this was not the first time.
Yeah, back in '97, when they had that Star Trek that had the platform. Remember the one that had the round platform that they would travel on?
Yeah.
I had a friend pass away, and she was showing me that she was getting on that platform, and I didn't know I didn't know she was dead. I kept dreaming about her leaving on this platform, though, and then later I found out she had actually died. But I had this dream. I was getting like obsessed with Star Trek suddenly, and hanging out with all my geeky guy friends, computer guys, and I was at a round table with some real tiny beings, more Yoda-like, and some larger beings. Like a whole talk was being. They were explaining things to me, but I don't remember what we talked about. It was pretty cool. Kind of reminds you of one of the parties they would have on the Star Trek fleet, where they would have all these different kinds of just odd-sized people.
Or Mos Eisley, the Cantina bar on Star Wars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remote view the writing of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, and apparently it was very much like that.
Well, we're down to 3 people, so it's just us here. I think everybody's either gone to Spaces or maybe SOR.
Yeah, one of them is me, and Circle K is here.
Yeah.
Or it could be YouTube hiding your viewers.
Anyway, I really feel like we need to talk more about this sort of thing. And this is what's interesting me right now is we need to get our shit together, because we got big stuff coming up. But I feel that there's something, I don't know if you're feeling it too. I feel like there's something, Pappy, there's the third one. There's something under the surface going on right now. There's something moving under the surface of all this, that what it looks like is not what it is. What looks like happened on the 20th is not what happened. It felt like a freaking funeral. And then that's when Anubis showed. Oh, I did tell you Anubis showed up, right? Anubis.
Yeah, I'm waiting for something to happen. There's something still to happen here.
Yeah,
I think.
something might have happened that we aren't privy to. It kind of felt like and looks like it did. Something is going on that we're just not being told about, and it feels like there's something moving under the surface, but I don't know. What
That's a really good way of putting it.
Yes, and literally, maybe quite literally.
Quite literally, I think so.
Call the other beings in the other side camp the grandfathers of the seven sacred directions, right? The people in the other side camp. He's pretty naturally gifted, yes. Well, you know what, Circle K, that's just it. Usually you just have to remind people. Everybody that went with us thought that they, oh, I don't know how to remote view. Yeah, you do.
Yeah,
You just don't know that you do.
everybody does.
Yeah.
I think almost everybody can do it. I don't think there's any
probably
limitation.
too. And I even think maybe your cats and dogs can do it. Who
Yeah.
knows?
Maybe.
Um,
I wouldn't doubt it.
in the other side camp, the grandfathers of the seven sacred directions. I keep thinking, okay, you're talking about the other side camp. Are you talking about in relation, Pappy, to the Galactic Council or whatever? Laws are weird, they are. And natural law does exist. Use the Force. I think I'm wearing Jedi armor now. I think I've just made some Jedi armor right here. This is the first layer, right? This is my Jedi robe now. This silver Jedi robe.
But you know what? Someday, if you get, did you get the Electro Smart app?
I got the Electro Smart app.
Did you
I gotta make her get it.
Did you set the
What?
Did you set the warning setting?
Yes.
Okay, what did you set it to?
I don't remember, but it does warn me every now and then when it goes into high.
Yeah.
But the problem is it's in high a lot. Every time I turn on my Wi-Fi, it goes up to like 87.
Wow.
So that's why I have to do this. I'm frying myself otherwise.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you are.
Every time I would get online, I was frying myself.
Well,
No
yeah.
wonder I'm not well.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
Not
even
only that, but it's
not you getting online, it doesn't really matter because they're going to hit you anyways.
well. Here's the thing: it will screw up your energy work. It will screw up your energy work.
Yep.
So we should all have boxes to put our stuff in that protects our energy work, like a tin. I'm going to make little bags that we can carry our stuff in. Medicine bags that are made with silver. How do you like that, Pappy? Silver medicine bags with this silver material so that we can have safe medicine bags for our energetic stuff. I'm going to be making those so that we can put our medicine objects in a safe place too, in silver. And the silver should help. And then you put your selenite in it so it can be cleansed and charged while it's in there. That should help us a lot. So I'm going to work on that. The Great Council is in the spiritual realm, the other side camp. I see. So you're calling it the Great. So what they're calling the Great Council or the Galactic Council, you're saying it's actually the Great Council. Pappy's got a little bit more experience on him than I do, I guess. And well, you've got more Native American lore than I did. I did not grow up in a Native American household. I grew up knowing I was Native American, that my grandmother was Native American, but I did not know, we didn't get very much of the other lore. We didn't get any of it. In fact, I had to find it later. We didn't get hardly any because they were trying to be white guys, to get by because they lived through the Depression. So, they were just trying to survive it. Unfortunately, a lot of people did that. They kind of had to let go of their roots in order to survive in the world. Uh, it's a kind of a sad thing. Fortunately, you seem to have a little bit more of the lore than I was able to obtain. And a lot of it was taught to me by people who were passed on, who were in the other side camp, who were in the spirit realm already. I mean, a lot of this stuff it was taught to me. It wasn't even by people who were physical anymore, because there wasn't anybody left on my side of the family who remembered anything.
An old fart.
So has been stumbling longer than. Thank you, though. I mean, really, you help a lot. I mean, there's some things that I've almost got, and then you come in with that one more piece, and it's like, that's it. That's what I was trying to get it to. Okay, that's it then. Yeah, because I'm like almost there, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. So, yeah, you do help a lot, Pappy. Never think that you're not very needed here. I appreciate it all.
I think I met this council, Happy. They came as they call themselves the High Council. I wasn't sure exactly which High Council we were talking about, but they wanted me to do some work on an area that had been fracked, where they had cracked down into the tectonic plates. And I was showing it almost like broken capillaries, and in determination to get oil where there wasn't any, and they got none. But the area had a cave that sort of split in half in the ground, and was used mainly as a hunting area for for guys to go out and hunt on the cabin. So I went down there, and they all showed up and were asking me to run light through my Sushumna channel into the ground. And I just as much love energy as I possibly could to help those plates. And it was quite beautiful, because there was a lot of plasma light, and you could almost see this almost looked like a green toroidal field was sort of left imprinted in a couple areas over there after I did it. Had no idea that I even could. It was like an experiment, but it was very fifth dimensional energies, thick, almost like Ocean has this really pretty pink tree in here right now. It was like this fuchsia pink all along the ground, and green light. I tried to paint some of it.
Like ruby sinzoisite?
I don't know.
You know what ruby sinzoisite looks like? I'll show you later.
Stone. Yeah, but real hot pink, fuchsia, magenta. But the High Council, I thought there were many different kinds from different planetary systems. I think this one, if anything, might have been from, I'm going to guess, Arcturus or Sirius.
Are you serious?
I'm never sure which. I'm never sure which.
I'll share it so that you can see it too.
When I presented, they were seated characters, but they were more shadow form than physical to me.
Yeah.
They might have been physical form projecting in the astral, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, they look more like shadows to me.
This is ruby and zoisite.
I had one of those.
I've had them too, but this is synthetic. Oh no, we don't want that. I don't want the synthetic kind, but you can see what it looks like. It basically is a fuchsia stone and then in this green stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those are artificial
Those are
ones.
pretty.
So. They're pretty, but that isn't what a real one looks like. Let's see if this is real.
It's
But-
actually formulated like my toroidal field, but it went all the way down into the ground to heal it. It was kind of neat to think that you could use your body that way.
Yeah. I mean, who knew you could?
Yeah,
Well,
bring
see,
back
that's it.
Yeah, absolutely.
We don't know until we try what we can do. I keep telling people this. We have no clue until we actually try to do it, what we can really do. And I'll all of a sudden need to do something, like I'll be working on somebody, like I didn't know I could come up with these gloves that I came up with to work on mica. You know, I just figured I needed a, it's just my mindset. I need something that'll grip this better. And the gloves showed up, I didn't know I could do that.
I love intuition.
Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? It's like how you do this stuff and then you go like, how the did I do that?
A lot
I
of
don't
people
know.
have noticed by practicing remote viewing that their intuition gets better. I've noticed it myself.
Yes, I think it does, and I think it is valuable. So we can maybe start to do it here then, but honestly, we better be freaking careful because people are I don't want people to.
Yeah, you do notice that I sage a lot, right?
Yeah, well, I do too. You know what's funny?
It's more for cleansing your aura than anything because you cleaning your aura, you clean out anything, pretty much.
Underneath it?
And you've always got the Christ with you, or the Christos, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Particular event.
Well, I've got all these sticks of selenite now. Oh, I did want to show off some of my fancy. Oops. Here's a box of it over here. I got a box, finally got in my box of selenite, and I did also get a beautiful selenite wand in with that, and a massage wand. A massage wand. I'll have to show it to you on another. I can't reach it right now, but let's see. I think the council presents themselves according to the understanding of the person who stands before them. There are many same different pathways to the council chambers. Yeah.
That's what we learned in remote viewing.
True.
We all see the same thing, but we all see it in a little bit of a different
A little bit different ways. Yeah. That's true. It's sort of like they speak to everybody in their own language, which they do. Because it's telepathy, so it sounds like it's in your language.
Yeah, it'll be according to what your
It's
experience
what you
is.
understand. Well, that's what Trivedi said when he was doing miracles. He said, I connect the plants or the animals or whatever he's working on with the God of their understanding.
Right.
Whatever your understanding of that is. And I guess the plants, the God of their understanding is the sun, and to most animals too. The God of their understanding is the sun, which is why keeping them in the dark pen all the time is really evil. Letting them be out in pasture is much better. I just feel like humans too. They're keeping us in the dark, and they're giving us the mushroom treatment too, and it's not good for us.
Yeah.
Obviously, we need that connection. Anyway, it's one of the things that we can't really do without. We have to take.
Yeah, there's the whole artificial sun conspiracy too. That they blocked out the sun with an artificial one because they don't want to see us see it blink.
Oh, that conspiracy talk, yeah.
Right? Because if we saw it blink on and off, we'd know it's electrical instead of a big, huge ball of hydrogen.
And we saw it. Oh, Tanya's going to be over this weekend. Tanya and I saw the sun blink.
I think I've seen it blink too.
It's very weird.
Yeah, because to me, it's just like the aurora borealis. There's no difference between the aurora borealis and the sun, and there's still a planet in there, just like our planet. That's how you have the aurora there, because there has to be an anode to collect the charge.
Oh. I think this is a valuable enough stream that as long as you're willing to discuss this, I'll keep it open and discuss this because it is going to be important to people seeing it later. I think this is important information. And the more I look at it, the more I look like I'm wearing silver armor. This is funny because I am wearing silver armor.
Yeah.
This is so funny.
You do. You look like one of those.
That's what I told my wife the other day.
I
I
look
said,
like-
You're my knight in shining armor.
if we want to make it, we got to get armored up.
We got to get armored up. It's true.
I was
Right.
telling the Palladians and the Arcturians, I said, listen, guys, I need a real spacesuit. Like, I don't care if you have to drop it at the door. I don't care where you have to put it. But I'm open to
Well, the
it.
problem is a real spacesuit, like the kind that they wear,
Yeah.
it's kind of materialized on you, you know. It doesn't have any seams. You can't just take it on and off like a regular suit. There's no zippers.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
I think I had one of those for a while, and then something still found a way to get in. But I'm willing to get another one if they're willing
Well,
to give it to me.
We're working on it.
We're working
We're
on it.
working on it.
Hey,
Hey, we're working
hey,
on it. We're working on it.
You're working
Maybe
on it.
my council will get a bunch of nano assemblers to get together an invisible spacesuit for us.
A municipal space.
Yeah, maybe you won't see it. Maybe it'll be an invisible nano spacesuit.
Maybe. Well, we know that there are
It'd be
creatures.
like a cream that goes over your skin.
These creatures,
Oh, interesting.
we could probably do this energetically, like the Squatch. Squatch are probably not using technology to do this, but they're just blending in, really. The
Yeah,
Sasquatch.
we visit them. They're unfortunately they're kind of feeling penned in.
Now, here's the weird thing. One of the things that I saw that I was getting rid of Diana Orchid's place. It was a shadow being that was wearing, that when I finally got a look at it through the armor really confused me. It was wearing armor that bounced light. And one of the light rays, it hit me, and I'm trying to look, it was all sparkly, and it was just, then all of a sudden I saw it for what it was. It was this lizardy looking, cobalt looking thing that had some fancy armor on. And I'm like, it's wearing some kind of technology armor that bounces light around so that you can't see it.
Yeah.
So they do have that. I mean, I saw it with my own darn eyes. It was right there. That was the thing that ate Diana's guinea pigs. By the way, guinea pigs are very, very sensitive to evil and predators. They'll let you know right away if there's something around. But they are also very vulnerable, that's why. And something like that will suck them dry.
Yeah.
You need to be, I can make that. Oh, and mind wipes. That's another thing. I used to know so much more. I know I've been made to forget stuff. I know I have.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I know I was talking to people about all kinds of things, and then I forgot about it. And then and people have actually told me, "Did you forget? Did you forget?" Yes, I guess I have.
Have you been taking
You
little,
used to talk to me about this, and it's like I don't remember.
get the gold into you?
Yeah.
That helps with memory.
Yeah,
And when you're protected now, so that's going to help with your memory as well.
yeah, they say even though if they do that, that about every 10, 15 years it starts to resurface. And then if they think it starts to resurface, then they come and do it again. They blank you again, but they wipe you again. But, this whole thing is we need our memories. I feel like we need our memories. We can't.
Yeah.
I mean, here comes Slanty Sleuth going, I gotta forget. No, we need to forget. We need to forget everything. I think we already did forget everything, Slant. Sorry about your luck, but I think we've done that often enough, and I think it's what's gotten us into this trouble in the first place, is that we can't remember.
Yeah. Yeah.
We need to remember.
We don't know our history. We don't
This
even know our
business
history.
about
So,
forgetting. It's like, I think we've been forgetting. That's the problem.
We've been made to forget. Yeah.
Partially work on me, I wind up with conflicting memories.
Almost
Well,
everybody
because
should.
it's a screen memory. You're remembering a screen memory.
Yeah.
They give you a screen memory. Okay, getting late. Blessings all tobacco on the fires. Thank you very much, Peppy. You're a sweetheart, and we love you. And I'm getting ready to go to get off too. Then, are you going to get your other stuff? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'm getting ready to sign off then, folks. And Max, it's always great to be with you. Great to have you on, and I'll come on your show too, and then we'll yammer on more about this, all of this weird stuff, if you want. And now that you've met my friend Heather, I have other weird friends like this too that you'll probably enjoy.
Awesome.
So I'm
Thank you
going
very
to
much.
come on
Much love. Good night.
time to time. So, okay. Love you guys. Thanks for coming, Circle K too. Your input is always interesting. All of you are brilliant. I love you. The truth is where you find it, and I hope I am trying to bring it here, and I am trying to bring it to you as best I can, as I find it myself. And this is Ocean Making Waves, and now it's time for you to go and make some waves too. Have a lovely evening. I hope your dreams are good. And I'll see you next time. Good night.